Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, I wasn't going to even weigh in on this one, because it's a little light, looks from afar like it's too much petty stuff going on, right? And so you know how we do. Or like stuff that don't have to do with boxing, private life type stuff. This is not one of those kind of channels. We're too grown for that, or there's just other channels for that. But, uh, you know, maybe I do need to weigh on it because I see this as maybe a little differently. I haven't seen anybody come at it like this. What am I talking about? I'm talking about two of the best women's boxers we've ever seen. One being Laila Ali, of course, the daughter of Ali. Only people that are a little bit of age seen her in action. The girl was bad. She could talk a good game. She was fighting a good game. She was knocking people out, and she had skills. And so she was pretty awesome. I think she retired undefeated. Matter of fact, those that are a little bit younger right now, you see the GOAT, the one we call the greatest woman boxer of all time, and Claressa Shields, right? Decorated, three-division undisputed, right? They both handled their business. Claressa's a little bit more decorated because she had the Olympics and 2 times Olympic gold medalist, and Laila didn't have the Olympics at the time or didn't go. So whatever. But they're both awesome, right? And matter of fact, amongst them, they haven't lost, right? So, Laila Lee has come out, because Clarissa was going at Laila. Laila came back recently and came in and, told the story of how she kind of mentored Claressa Shields. Like, obviously, when you're Clarissa coming up, you're going to look up to Laila Ali. It's inevitable because Laila Ali was the one who was handling her business years back. Now, why are they beefing right now? Right? And it's just, for me, I'm looking at it like, well, duh. Who else is Claressa Shields supposed to be beefing with? Right? I mean, really. We're in an age of people fighting Jake Pauls, getting a whole lot of money for fighting Jake Pauls and stuff like that. Right? Exhibition. You got a dude in his prime about to stop fighting just to fight a Jake Paul. You got people like Ryan Garcia being the A-sides over somebody who was undisputed. Think about that. Ryan Garcia, who just because he has a following on social media platforms, was the A-side over the youngest undisputed champion ever. Somebody who goes after the hard fights, right? Gets doped, and they still love him more than the guy who's doing it the right way. You know what I'm saying? So when you're looking at all of that and just the way this stuff is going, and you're looking at Claressa Shields, who the hell is she supposed to be beefing with? She's handled everything. I'm going to tell you, put yourself in Claressa Shields' skin for a minute, if you're capable, right? Christina Hammer, about 5 years ago, that was probably one of her biggest rivals. I think that was middleweight, and Christina Hammer was undefeated. Awesome German chick. That was huge. And the only one left after that was my girl, Savannah Marshall. Now, I've told you guys how I was seeing for Savannah Marshall. The story's just crazy. It's just like, I saw one fight about 4 years ago, Savannah Marshall 5, and some lady was talking smack to her, and Savannah Marshall doesn't talk that much, the lady was talking, I didn't know either one of them. I think the lady from Sweden or something was talking real smack, I'm going to whoop you, you high nose, I'm going to beat the hell out of you, she was going off on Savannah. And Savannah was, well, we'll just see when we get in the ring. She was real docile and quiet. And I saw Savannah Marshall get in the ring with that swagger and those skills. It was crazy. I started back, watched all her fights, and after that, I kept watching them. Savannah Marshall is the goods, like they would say on the island. You know what I'm saying? She's the goods. So Claressa Shields went there and beat Savannah Marshall. She has no more rivals. I mean, there's probably somebody, I don't want to disrespect somebody that's out there that's, we feel that could possibly, or somebody, because I don't know every damn thing. Maybe there's somebody out there that, can rival Claressa, but I don't think so, right? Show up. Please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it. So Claressa is looking for things to motivate her. Right? So it's just beef. And all she's probably hearing, well, you couldn't have beaten by Laila Ali. You know what I'm saying? If LeBron could get Jordan back to playing. He would love to, measure himself against Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Shohei Ohtani would love to, play in the same age as Babe Ruth. Because those are the only things they're hearing. You understand? They're not hearing, Claressa Shields not hearing like, hey, you can't beat somebody just right now. What is Claressa Shields hearing? Yo, you can't beat Baumgartner. Baumgartner's just way too small. So who is it that Claressa Shields is getting told that she can't beat? Nobody but Laila Ali, right? Laila Ali been looking. Like, and she been the one that's everybody, the baddest one all the time. And then it's like, well, you couldn't beat Claressa now. Now, you was good, Laila, but you couldn't beat Claressa. So, and so I think, this is just me, scrolled out, not scrolled in. I'm not impressionable. I just give my own damn opinions. I think these homegirls know what time it is. It's like, yeah, we're going to argue in public, you get ready for it. I might say something that's going to upset you. You're going to say something that's going to upset me. Let's keep our parents out of it, you know what I'm saying? And let's just go at it. You know what I mean? We're going to go at it, go at it. Try to keep our kids, or if we have more relationships out of it, if we can. But if not, you can go there. They probably even got their ground rules together, and let's beef. And get paid, both of us, $20 million or something, and let's have this damn fight. Laila Ali done told us she's still, pretty much fit, right? And, Laila ain't got nothing really to lose. So I just think it's, there's probably a little beef. There's probably a little envy amongst the girls or whatever. But, hey, listen, as a dude, both of them fine. Whatever. Whatever floats your boat, but they both fine. Ain't like you're going to be like, oh, no, she's too ugly and this and that. So they got that going for them. They're great boxers. They talk a lot of smack. They're very strong charactered. And, hey, if they can get a fight and hype this thing up and both get paid, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to ladies and stuff like this, you're going to have that animosity going to them. One of my favorite comments was saying the other day, it was like, he said a couple of years back, women failed the WNBA, the basketball league. Women, because women don't go to those damn games, right? They don't go to them games to support the WNBA. That's why those ladies ain't going to make the same money as the men. That's what his point was, right? They failed the WNBA. But when it comes to the Kardashian or the Real Housewives and stuff, women tearing each other down, boom. Women watching that, watching women tearing each other down and arguing and talking smack to each other all day. They doing that. Women getting all kind of fake body parts and stuff. They into that. But women that got together and for a common goal, that's not that interesting. Funny point, but kind of true, isn't it? So they ain't gonna, these two kumbaya talking about we love each other ain't gonna get the fight sold. So I personally think, hey, let these ladies make their money. I don't think they're beefing like we really think they're beefing. I just think it's necessary to get them the money that they want to get to generate. And I just think, hey, Claressa Shields, it's got to be something to motivate her. She's self-motivated. I got it. But when you beat somebody, even for the third division undisputed, that's 12-5 with 3 KOs, ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? You get it? Doma Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.